line. Good morning, Eileen.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Hughes.
Yes, ma'am.
Boy, I'm so happy to get you. First of all, I have to commend your producer, your female producer, her courtesy and helpfulness, in helping me to just get through to you.
Yes, ma'am. Good.
Mr. Hughes, yes, God bless you for the work you're doing. You're a great you're providing a great service to the people of Jamaica.
Well,
because as you have outlined so many times, I listen to you daily, and the cries of the people of Jamaica in getting on with their lives, with the different institutions, the banks, the utility companies. I don't have to tell you that we're suffering, Mr. Hughes. You hear the cries of the people every day.
Yes, I get the complaints.
Yes. So, Mr. Hughes, I have sent a WhatsApp message because my story is long, but to summarize it, I need your help with JPS. Last month, January, I overpaid my bill using, online through my bank. I overpaid my bill, and I immediately called my bank. They tell me, no, the money was sent directly to JPS, and JPS has admitted seeing the excess payment, the overpayment, Mr. Hughes, from the 24th of January. I'm a senior citizen, and
How much did you overpay them?
By $100,000.
What?
Yes, because some update that the bank has done, where they would ask you to verify the amount you intend to pay, is no longer provided with the new update. And so that is what happened with me. The correct figures were there, but, the places was wrong. So instead of paying $11,220 I paid $112.
Oh, no.
And Mr. Hughes, you think that having spent
Hold on. Just let me get something clear.
Yes.
So the bill bill amount should be $11,200.
$229, right?
Yes. And you ended up paying?
I ended up paying $1,129.
You mean 100,000?
As a matter of fact, 101,000 overpayment.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, I understand. And you did you owe them anything in arrears?
No. It was just an error, as I said, because Scotia Bank no longer asks you to confirm. You put in the figures, the amount you want to pay, and they ask you to confirm. Either they show it to you, or you put it again.
Yes.
That provision is no longer. That prompt is no longer provided. Okay, yes. And so I wondered to myself, but the only thing after you put in the figures that you see is this place where you slide for payment, and immediately when that came up, I realized it was an overpayment.
All right.
So I quickly, within seconds, I tried to call back, not to mention how long it takes to get through to them. And for them to tell me, no, they can't do it, because I called them to just ask them to stop the payment,
Yes.
They said they couldn't do that. I was to call JPS. So I then proceeded to call JPS. It took me another hour and a half or so to get through to anybody.
Yes.
I did get through to a representative, JPS representative, and she walked me through the process, Mr. Hughes, to apply for the refund.
Yes.
I did all of that, and they gave me a CR number, which I suspect it means, what is it now?
A tracking number.
A tracking number, reference number.
Right, that whenever you call, you quote that number, they can track where you are, yes?
Exactly, and I have been using that. So at first the lady told me, the representative told me it should take about 3 days, and I was saying 3 days, I kind of need the money end of the month. I have other commitments to pay and all of that. Anyway, I was willing to wait for the 3 days. Well, after 5 days, I tried to check to see if the money had come back to my bank, because I provided them from the, with my banking information to send the money back to. And no money was there. So after 5 days I called, then I got, of course, another representative who tell me, no, something like this will take 7 to 10 days. And then after 10 days, Mr. Hughes, I check again. I get another message to say 15 days.
What?
Last week, Monday, when I saw that they're telling me 30 days, I realized they do not intend to refund me my money. So I took my senior self to the branch office in Mandeville here, Mr. Hughes.
Yes, ma'am.
And waited 4 hours to get into the office, standing outside in the line in the sun, and then you go inside and you go sit down chair by chair by chair, like when you play musical chairs, in order to get to see or speak to an officer.
Yes.
I would not like to tell you the nightmarish experience. Eventually, Mr. Hughes, after 2.5 hours or so waiting, and I had to raise my voice at that stage to and the manager for the I think she's the manager for the branch, heard me, and she eventually took me into her office and had me go through the whole thing, and she called a colleague of her at the head office because she realized my situation. It was just a very clear case of it ought not to really take so long to give me my money back. From the fact that they can verify that their system shows the overpayment.
Yes.
So she called her colleagues, Mr. Hughes, and asked the person to quickly deal with that and not have me wait much longer for the thing. Well, I'm here to tell you that today is what, Wednesday? I left the lady's office on Tuesday afternoon.
Yesterday afternoon?
No, last week Tuesday.
Last week Tuesday, yes?
Yes, at 4:30, she and I were the last ones left in that building that day in her effort to try to help me. And I left the office thinking that by the next day or even the day after, I would, see that my money is sent back.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes, I did not even call her this Thursday. I called her Friday when I didn't see anything.
Oh, Jesus.
And she was surprised that it had not happened, and she would call me back. She hasn't called me back. I called, today's Wednesday, I called Monday morning, I called yesterday, and I called this morning again, Mr. Hughes, talking to the lady, because she gave me her personal cell number. Nothing has happened, Mr. Hughes, and I know I think it's only you alone, because even to go to OUR, it's going to take me months. I need my money, Mr. Hughes. Can you imagine January month?
What a wicked act.
Mr. Hughes, we're in trouble in this country. I don't know what we're going to do. It is desperate. It is desperate, Mr. Hughes. I don't have to tell you. But the situation in this country is desperate. That's why the people are so angry.
So hold on, Miss Eileen.
Yes.
Today is the 23rd of February.
Right. So tomorrow will be 1 month.
1 month.
1 month, Mr.
And
Hughes.
JPS acknowledge
Mr.
that you
Hughes.
overpaid them $100,000.
$101,000.
You have called them, written them, go see them.
Yes,
and
Mr.
up
Hughes.
to now, them no refund your money?
My God Almighty in heaven, Mr. Hughes, I cannot begin to tell you. And I don't know how I don't have a body breakdown over this thing already.
No. Madam Producer, call Winsome Callum for me.
Jesus Christ Almighty God,
This is
terrible.
wicked.
Wicked, Mr. Hughes. Wicked, and look here. I'm not the only one. I listen every day.
Jesus.
And just as you said this morning and to everybody every day. But you see, too many of us, we just accept the crap. And I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what to do.
No. How come? How come, Winsome? How come, JPS?
How is this possible? What else must I do? I was about last week to take myself to go to Kingston to the collections office at Northwood Boulevard. And something says to me, no, go to the Mandeville office. And I went there thinking I would get help. The lady assured me. She dealt with me.
And she was quite good in attending to your need, ma'am.
Yes, 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 sir. Yes, sir. But nothing has happened.
So
I called her this morning, and she was,
what did she tell you this morning?
Well, I called this morning because I had called her yesterday. And I called this morning. She said, They called her name. And as a matter of fact, she's what's her name? Mrs. Jackson.
Yes. This is a JPS branch office in Mandeville. Manager.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Mrs. Jackson.
Mrs. Karen Jackson. And Mrs. Jackson, I mean, I didn't quite like the fact that she was exasperated that I did not get the money. But you know, it's just the way they do business. Because if she asked her colleague, and I had to call so many times after that, she ought to have a system of following up, and don't make me have to come and make her aware that I'm not getting. But they have no system. Something's going on wrong. Well, in JPS,
ma'am, it is unconscionable. JPS, you hold on for me, ma'am. Hold on. We're going to take a break. But on the line is a customer of the Jamaica Public Service Company, the light and power monopoly in the country, Eileen. And Miss Eileen, who is a senior citizen. Miss Eileen, how old are you?
I'm 72, will be 73 next month, Mr. Hughes.
Good. Miss Eileen has just related to me a most distressing story. A story that is so upsetting. I'm trying hard to contain myself.
Absolutely.
Miss Eileen paid her JPS bill. She was to pay $11,200. Miss Eileen ended up overpaying JPS more than $100,000. Miss Eileen overpaid JPS that $100,000 on the morning of January 24, 2022.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, 1 month.
Yes, sir.
Immediately, on recognizing that she overpaid JPS $100,000, she called JPS several people.
Yes.
And for several reasons, several promises, her money has not been refunded.
My God.
She took up herself, went to the JPS branch office in Mandeville, in Manchester, last week Tuesday, waited for hours.
Yes, sir.
To see the branch manager.
Yes, sir.
Finally got audience with the branch manager, Mrs. Karen Jackson.
Yes.
Who was very, should I say, understanding?
Yes.
Very understanding.
Yes, sir.
And did what she had to do and told Miss Eileen she would get back her money. How quickly, Miss Eileen?
I would say in a day or two, sir.
Day or two. That was from last week, Tuesday.
Yes.
Miss Eileen don't get back her money at JPS.
After several follow-ups with Mrs. Jackson.
Including this morning.
Yes, sir.
Including this morning.
Yes.
There's no doubt that she overpaid JPS. Their system is showing them that.
Of course.
And let us assume that Mrs. Jackson, a branch manager in Mandeville, did what she told Miss Eileen what she was going to do and to expect a refund. That was last week, Tuesday.
Yeah.
And up until now, JPS? And
Mr. Hughes?
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs. Jackson called her colleague in the New Kingston office in my presence. She didn't just say she's going to call. I heard she got on the phone and called them. So I know she acted upon what what she needed to do.
Yes. And it's
Yes.
now a week,
Yes, sir.
4 weeks in all. And JPS has not refunded this senior citizen, yes, her $100,000. It's not.
And Mr. Hughes, I have to tell you, one of the things that frightened me last week Monday made me. They already have deducted this coming bill out of my money. So
Oh.
their intention is clear now to me that what they plan to do is to hold my money for the next 9-10 months.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, sir, because remember now, on the 24th when I paid my bill in January, I was 5 days early.
Yes.
I pay my bills on time.
Yes.
And I went online to pay another bill, and I said, let me just pay it, because sometimes you need to get on the line and you can't. So I paid my bill.
Yes.
5 days early. And they for this current year, they've taken out the money, so they're going to refund me not 100,000 anymore based on what the bill I have. So
Because them take out this month's bill already out of it.
ahead of when it's due.
Due.
That this month's bill won't be due. Yes, sir. This is the situation, and it cannot continue.
It
this
cannot.
Is not right.
It cannot.
It's not right.
It's disgraceful.
I cannot begin to tell you the anxiety I've had for the last.
Well, we have put a call through to the Director of Communications, Corporate Communications at JPS, Winsome Callum, who is always very responsive. We hear that she's in a meeting. Well, listener, time comes for you to give back the woman our $100,000. Wanted JPS, your president and CEO, Mr. Gantois, Michel Gantois, you need to give back this Jamaican citizen our $100,000. The chief operating officer, Winsome Callum, JPS, over a month now. No, man. You mustn't do that to Jamaican people. You're provoking Jamaican people. Huh? You're provoking the people. The woman overpaid. You see where you get the money where enough you get. She has done everything. I want to still not give back the woman her money, Mr. Gantois. Winsome Callum, give back the woman her money today. This is a siren. It's an emergency call for the leadership of the JPS. JPS wanted. No. JPS, Eileen needs her $100,000 now. Huh?
All my obligations from last month, Mr. Hughes. Who is going to take care of my late payments? You can't owe JPS. You're penalized and have to pay reconnection fees and whatnot. You know, and they get my money. Are they going to pay me interest and the inconvenience and the anxiety that I have felt? Jesus have mercy, my God. It's terrible.
It's unconscionable.
It is unconscionable, Mr. Hughes. It is unconscionable, and I have no doubt that I'm not the only person that has experienced such disgraceful treatment. Plus, they can see my records. I have never my utility. I've never been cut off. I live responsibly, and I get online. I pay my bills online. I'm used to doing that. It is just because Scotiabank obviously has changed something where they no longer ask you to verify the amount you put in. Right?
Let me tell you something, ma'am. Let me tell you something. Our producer has made contact with the lady you met with, the JPS branch manager at Mandeville, Karen Jackson. And she says she has escalated it to their collections department.
It doesn't
Yes,
mean anything.
she's
sir. That
writing a
doesn't-
letter as we speak to them that this is unconscionable. You have been out of pocket not $1,000, not
Oh, God.
$2,000, but
That's what I said.
$100,000, and now them start to dip up into the woman money.
Yes, sir. They have taken out ahead of time my current.
Wicked JPS.
And their plan obviously is to keep my money for the next 9 months. I even if I could afford it, which I can't, it's not their business. If I had short paid them, they would be on my case. I have overpaid them, not by a $5,000, but Jesus Christ, where I would like, I wish I was in Kingston to go to that office. I know probably would have to come and arrest me. If it is outrageous,
That is how they are provoking people, ma'am.
that's the only language they understand in Jamaica, Mr. Hughes. You have to raise hell.
Exactly.
You have to raise.
Why we do this to our people? Why we must do this to our people?
We're in for it. That's why this society is so angry. So many institutions and systems.
Miss Eileen, you hold on for me because we have to take the break for the news. You hold on for me and give
Yes, thank you.
my producer your contact details.
Okay.
Time
thank
for
you.
the news.